is, oh, I've gotten overstay in one other country and I want to come to the UK. Should I hide my overstay? Do I need to write IELTS when I want to apply for UK schools? In this video, I'm going to be sharing some of the lies, the speculations, and the opinions of people, questions people have asked me, things people have said that I hear and I'm like. So if that sounds interesting to you, keep watching and let's get into the video. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're seeing me for the first time, don't forget my name. It's Furo. How are you doing? Good to see you again. So guys, this glow is not for nothing. Your girl has submitted her dissertation, so your girl is really excited. Yeah, that's why you see me glowing like buff like a bouncing baby girl. You get it? So I'm going to be answering some of the questions I've gotten in my comment section, in my DM, speculations. Some I feel is lies, some I just feel like people just make up these things for, I don't know, for different reasons, to suit their laziness or to suit what they think in their head. So if you are ready, grab a cup of tea, grab something, get a pen and a paper. But before we get in, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It's Furo, baby. So why don't you want to support me? Like, why don't you want to support me? Don't you like my vibes already? Okay, please, let's get this channel to 10K. It's possible, so let's get this channel to 10K. It's possible. We can do it. Okay, so share the video, support this channel, so that I'll be motivated. You know, more money start coming, I'll be more motivated to be bringing people resources and content to help you guys. Okay, I do not advertise this enough. I have an international student community on Telegram. The link is in the description box. You can join there. You get help, resources, you ask questions, you make friends, so that you don't come to this UK and be lonely, which is one of the major things people complain about, loneliness. So Furo had taken away that hurdle from you so that you can concentrate on your studies. So number one thing people always ask me about is, Furo, do they want me to, you know, stack up this money in my account for years? Like, let it show that I've been doing this transaction in my account before I can use that account as a proof of fund. My answer is no. The UK government do not need you to stack up money. Like, they don't need you to like keep this money, let it be like, oh, the money belongs to you. They know that people get loans to do these things. They know that people get loans to do these things. In fact, if you go to their website, they'll mention something about loans. So they understand that people get loans. So the money can come from anywhere or everywhere. But as long as the money in your account at the time of your application is complete and is accurate, comparing with the exchange rate, they are fine and okay. Now let me give you, for instance, in my own case, I use 2 accounts for my proof of fund. Yes, I'm Ross like that. Yes, I'm Ross. I use 2 accounts for my proof of fund. I used my Naira account and I used my dollar account. Yes, so my Naira account didn't have sufficient money to make up the money, so I had to use my dollar account because I didn't want to hear that exchange rate, something happened, something did not happen. So I used these 2 accounts, printed the 2 of them, the statement for the 2 of them, merged them together and sent to the UK government. That was how I used my own account. So you see, it was not like I had this money stacked up in my account. No, I didn't have this money stacked up in my account. Somehow I got the money anyway, and I put in my account. It was 28 days. I printed it for them. I'm Ross like that. I don't care. No, be caring, but they don't need you to have this money, like, you know, going in and out of your account like people have been asking. All they need is the money is in your account. That's one thing I love about the UK government. They don't stress you. They just need you to prove that you have that money sitting right there in your account at the time of your application for 28 days, and they are fine. Okay, and so if you're coming first, you can even reuse this money for your dependent, which is one of the things I did. So They don't need you to, you know, be running the money in your account for years. All they need is the money to be in your account. Number 2, oh, Furo, they'll reject my visa because I'm coming with my children and my husband and my family. Nobody's going to reject your visa because you're coming with your family or your children or whatever, or your cat or your dog. Nobody is going to reject your visa. Probably they'll do it in other countries, but UK support family. They support the unity between families, and they will not want to separate you and your family. So if for any reason they reject your visa, probably it's something else, not because you're going with your husband. Tons of people are going with their husbands and their children. Nobody rejected them visa. So for instance, you asked me, oh Furo, why did you not go with your husband and your children when you were going? That was because it was a personal decision. I didn't want to go with them, or I didn't want to do visa with them. 1, the phone was not made available. 2, I wanted to go test the terrain before I started investing that huge money into something I don't understand yet. So, and I wanted to understand that if it's worth it before I bring my children. So you see, nobody is going to reject your visa because you're bringing your spouse, because you're bringing your children together at the same time. As long as you have the money, you have the resources to bring them, UK government is fine with you. They don't care. Okay. The next question people ask me is, oh, I'm a single parent. They are going to reject me my visa because I am a single parent. It's dicey. Yeah, it's dicey because I have a client that her visa was rejected because she is a single parent. But what happened was, so she did have visa with another person, and the person didn't know the document to put to prove that she is solely responsible for that child, so they rejected her visa. So by the time I did the visa for her, I was able to know that, oh, I need this kind of document to prove that this child is in custody of her and her alone, and her visa was approved. So when you want to do your visa as a single parent, try to get a court document showing that you alone is responsible for that child. Print like maybe print things like maybe when you were paying that child's school fees in your account statement, dot it, show it as proof, go to the bank, get a letter showing that the other parent is not involved in the child's life, that you alone take care of the child as a single parent, and they are going to approve your visa. Don't, you know, stigmatize yourself because you're a single parent, so because of that you can't go explore or you can't go further your education. Don't allow parenting to stop you from, you know, doing what you want to do for yourself. The UK government, they know that people are single parents, people fall into these situations due to different reasons, but they're just trying to protect you, to make sure that you're not trying to take away the child from the other parent, making sure that there's agreement between the parents and, you know, vice versa. The thing is, I just think that you don't have to go through all this other hurdle if the two parents are in agreement. So for me, for instance, when I was here and I was ready to bring my family, all I needed to do was to write a consent letter, put my documents and send it to them, and they approved our visa. That was a case where we are in both agreement and one person is here. But cases where you're just alone, no one is here, and you want to go with your kid, all you need to do is go to the bank, get a letter or something, a document that shows that you alone are responsible for that child. Add accompanying documents like your account statement where you were transferring the child's school fees, or you were buying something for the child, or you were, you know, something that shows that you've been taking care of that child all alone, all by yourself, all this while, that the other parents is not involved, and they are going to grant you your visa. I hate it when people make you feel that, oh, because you're a single parent you cannot get a visa to come study in the UK. My next one is, oh, I have to get an accommodation before I come to the UK to study, or before I apply for my visa, or before. Some people had reached out to me and like, oh, I need to get accommodation, if not I can't come to the UK. They all know that you're new here. Nobody expects you to get an accommodation. All they want you to get is an address of where you'll be landing when you arrive. For instance, you can use the school address, okay? You can use the school you're going to, the address there. That's where you'll be landing. After all, they are the one that sponsored you to the UK. If you cannot use that, you can use your own friend's address. Some of you have reached out to me on Instagram and I've given you my address to use as your address. So you can use your friend's address, you can use someone's address, you can use Airbnb that you're going to land address to fill into your form. Don't let address stress you, or don't let address make you believe that, oh, I cannot get a visa because I do not have an address. No, instead of if you don't have an address at all, use the school address. For my own case, I used the school address before I was able to get accommodation, and I got the accommodation because I wanted to just go into the accommodation. I didn't want to stay in Airbnb. That was why I got the accommodation. But if you can't get accommodation just like I did, use your school address, use your friend's address, use the Airbnb you're going to stay address. Just use address. Use address. They need address. That's just the important thing. Okay. Another question I've gotten a lot is, Furo, I don't have a spouse. Okay, so for the lady that asked me this question, she said she doesn't have a husband, she's a single parent, and she used her brother as her dependent. My answer is no. You don't want to try some kind of play, okay? Your brother is not your dependent. It's only your husband or your child. So one thing I would advise you in this UK whole business, please be as genuine as possible, okay? Be as genuine as possible. Say the truth as much as you can. Don't cover anything. Don't lie, okay? Another question people always ask me is, oh, I've gotten overstay in one other country and I want to come to the UK. Should I hide my overstay? My answer is no. Don't hide your overstay. Overstay is bad, but it's not a crime per se. It's not like that's the end of the world. That's not the end of the world. You can still get visa even if you've overstayed in another country. I'm telling you, as long as you overstayed in that country without committing any crime that is, jailable, or that is taking you to the prison, you just overstay, and at a point you just decide to leave that country, UK can still give you visa. Don't let that stay as a barrier in your way. I've heard a lot of people lament to me about this, talk to me about this. Overstay is not a disease. Go ahead and apply for your visa, apply for your stuff. If they give you, fine. If they don't give you, fine. But I'm trusting God that they will give you. UK visa process is very, very lenient. They don't judge you so much like other countries do, okay? Another question is, must my marriage certificate be a court certificate? Oh, I don't have a court certificate, so now I want to go and do new wedding so that I can have a court certificate. My answer is no. Nigeria recognizes 3 different marriage. 1, traditional marriage. If you have a traditional marriage certificate, you can use it as your marriage certificate. If you have a court marriage certificate, you can use it as your marriage certificate. That's the second one, the second marriage Nigeria acknowledges. And 3 is church marriage. If you have a church marriage certificate, you can use that as a marriage certificate as long as there's a certificate. You don't even need to go do a new court certificate. Now, for instance, I will give you my own testimony. I did marriage in a church. So in that church where I got married, they usually give court certificate. So you have to take that court certificate back to the court to sign so that it can be verified, or it can be acknowledged that, oh, you did court wedding. But for some reasons, I never took that certificate to the court. So I've never signed it for over almost 13 years of my marriage now. I've never taken that certificate to the court. I just have that certificate. So the court has never signed the place where they are supposed to sign. So know that, oh, I've done court wedding. So it's just white wedding. So it's just where the church needed to sign that they signed. But I've been using the certificate all my life for all my visas. When I did my American visa, I used that certificate. When I did my Dubai, Turkey, all the visas I've ever gotten in my life, I've used that certificate. In fact, that certificate look really rickety now. So you don't need to go and do new wedding new court wedding because you want to apply for visa, use that certificate you have. As long as it's a legal certificate, the traditional, the customary court, or whoever gave you the certificate as your marriage certificate, use that certificate. They are going to acknowledge it. Okay, so these people understand our culture, they understand our pattern, so they are going to acknowledge it. Another question I get a lot is, do I need to write IELTS when I want to apply for UK schools? They say you need to write IELTS for the visa, you need to write IELTS for the school. Guys, you don't need IELTS. Why? Because the UK rule says that if you're from an English speaking country, read my lips, if you're from an English speaking country, you do not need IELTS. So you do not need IELTS to apply for a student visa or to come to study in the UK, except it is categorically stated in that particular course. For instance, nursing. So for nursing, if you're coming for nursing, you need C4 to qualify. C4 in your WAEC if you're a Nigerian to qualify to apply for nursing. So for those of them who do not have C4, you can present IELTS as a backup, okay? But you do not need WAEC if you're just coming to do maybe a business degree or maybe a law degree or any other degree. Just check the course requirement. But applying for the visa, you do not need IELTS. I did not use IELTS, okay? I did not. Sometimes my answer just comes out. I did not use IELTS, okay? Another question I get is, my marriage is new, can I still come with my spouse? As long as you people are married, you can come with your spouse, whether it's 1 day old, whether it's 2 day old, whether it's half day old. As long as it's a certificate proving that you guys are married, you can do the visa together with your spouse. You don't need to like give them space or oh, let me wait small or let me relax small, let our marriage get to 1 year. Except that's the decision you decide to take. But if that's not the decision you decide to take, you can come with your spouse at any time possible. Another speculation is, some people say, oh, when I'm doing my application, they usually ask, am I coming with my family? What am I supposed to say there? The answer is yes if you're coming with your family, and no if you're not coming with your family. So if you are a single person and you don't have a spouse yet, you don't have kids, is no, because you do not have any dependent to come with. If you're like me that have battalion, say yes, you have dependent to come with, because you'll be complicating your matters. I've seen, people interacting this in my Telegram group. By the way, if you've not joined, please join. The link is in the description box. So I've seen people interacting this. If you say no, it's going to be problem for you. So please, if you're coming with your spouse, say yes. Say yes. If they will give you a visa, they will give you visa. If they don't want to give you, they will not give you. Saying yes does not stop them from giving you the visa. For instance, you're a 50-year-old man or you're a 40-year-old man coming to do your master's, and you're saying no, that you don't have spouse, and later in the day you want to go and bring spouse. Where did the spouse come from when you said no already? So say yes. That does not stop anything. For me, when I was doing my application, I was asked and I said yes, and I brought my spouse. Another speculation is, when you come to the UK alone, you cannot bring your dependent anymore, because you have to do all your visas together when you're coming, or else they're not going to grant your dependent visa. And that is what lies. I've just given you my testimony. I said, for me, I came here alone. I did my visa alone. I didn't even do the tuberculosis test for my family. I did everything by myself. And I stayed here 5 months before I started doing my husband, my kids, and they all got their visa, came to the UK, got their BRP. My children now have their NI. No, my children don't have NI number. My husband doesn't also have NI number because he doesn't intend to work here yet. So I have my NI number. They all registered for GP. Their BRP is acknowledged. They come, they are here, they're existing. Some are coming and going. So what am I saying? If you don't have enough money to do for everybody, go first. Go first. It's possible. Go first, then do for other people. See, visa things are not that complicated, especially when it comes to UK visa. It's not that complicated. All these speculations that people speculate, all these lies people share around, don't let that, you know, dampen your spirit, or don't let that, you know, say, oh, I'm not going to do what I'm supposed to do, or I'm going to do beyond what I can carry. I'm going to go look for money to do for 5 members of my family, when 5 of my dependents, when I know that I cannot afford it. Don't put yourself in that kind of pressure. Do what you can do. All you need to do is ask questions. So these are speculations and lies I have heard, and some of you have left in the comment section, some of you have inboxed me. If there's more that you think I did not cover in this video, please leave them in the comment section, and I'm going to be doing part 2 of this video. Until I see you in another video, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, don't forget to share, don't forget to say hi to Furo in the comment section, and don't forget to patronize me. So I do application for I search for school for you, like the cheapest, most affordable, good cities to live in. I do visa processing. Anything you need help with, you need tutorials, I can also offer you tutorials. So inbox me on my Instagram. So now I'm a little bit free because everything, schoolwork, everything is over, so we're just working now, hustling for our money. So I'm a little bit free, so I have time to talk to you guys. So let's chat on my Instagram inbox. Until I see you in another video, bye bye.